Today I'm going to talk about my 6-figure Forex journey. From where I started to where we're at now with my whole Forex journey. People have been requesting this video talking about how I built up from making no money to now making over 6 figures from my Forex trading. And today I'm going to go over the steps I took and some tips for you guys if you're currently on this journey. Before we start the video, be sure to smash the like button and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss another video. And all of my social media links are in the description down below, and a link to my second channel which I just launched. So go check them out in the description. Where do we start? Back in 2019 was when I actually started to get introduced into Forex trading. I was around 16 years old, so still in school. I think I was just starting college. So I was going to college, I was going to Sparshot College to study fishery management. This was something I was kind of always interested in. I used to go fishing, been doing it for like 8 years now, 9 years, and I kind of wanted to do that full time. Then I realised, after doing it for a few months at college, you're just going to be out there, the freezing cold, the wet. You're going to have to be out there all day in that weather for around 25 grand a year. And I was like, nah, this isn't for me. This isn't for me at all. But then I was already doing like the videography side of it and filming the fishing. After actually doing that at college and doing fishery management, I was like, this isn't for me. I don't want to be out there in the cold all day. I've always wanted to be rich. Always wanted to have the millions, have the nice stuff. So I was like, I'm not going to make this standing at a lake in the freezing cold, in the snow, filming someone fish. It's just not gonna quite cut it. So I scrapped that and I dropped out of college. And it probably helped that there was when I actually dropped out, because you're meant to stay in education till you're 18, but I dropped out at 16 and did a course, an A-levels course, economics online course for those extra 2 years, and that kind of helped me be able to do it full-time from home, actually learning Forex. But that was in the early 2020. But if we go back to 2019, where did I get introduced to Forex? There was actually someone at my school. So this was before I actually went to college, and they traded Forex full time. So they were in sixth form when I was in like year 11, year 10. And they were actually trading Forex. So I was like, you know what? They're making a decent amount of money. So I asked them, what is this thing you're doing? They're like foreign exchange trading. And I was like, oh my God, what is that? And, I didn't actually follow up on that for like months after that. Then I finally reached out to them again, and they were like, you're trading currencies and stuff. And the only trading I've seen is like stock trading, people like that on YouTube, these millionaires. When he actually said, I'll help you set everything up, I thought, oh, this is perfect. I'm going to learn how to trade. I'm going to be making thousands of pounds at 16 years old. This is going to be absolutely perfect. But, obviously that wasn't the case, which we'll get onto. But what I did was I put £700 into a trading account, and then I did sign up for his groups as well. I thought this was going to kind of teach me how to trade and everything, but it turns out it's pretty much just signals and like a community group. I was only in there for 1 month and then I left, but I just became reliant on those signals within that first month. I didn't even try and analyze myself. I was just like, oh, they said to buy, so I'm going to buy. It's kind of that sort of thing. And overall, I did start losing money in the account because they weren't profitable. It is kind of good to do this at the start, maybe buy a course, a beginner's course, so you can learn the basics, or go on babypips.com, learn the basics of trading before you actually, learn from someone like a mentor, or go off and do your own research. Because if you don't know the basics, then you won't be able to advance on the basics. But the positives of joining this group, there weren't really many of them, apart from the fact I learned the basics. But the negatives were, became reliant on their trades. I thought trading was easy. They were all making profit, but I wasn't. I was like, what am I missing out? There must be some holy grail in the markets that I'm obviously not seeing. But that wasn't true. And yeah, so after about a month in that group, I did actually leave. It's around £50-60 a month as well. And I was only just starting at 16. £50 is a decent amount of money when you're that age. But then that £700 in my account slowly went down to around £450. This £450, if you've started trading and you've seen the get rich quick people, they say you can flip an account this easy. If you join my signals, you can flip an account. If you join my course, you'll be able to flip an account, you'll be able to get rich in a week, you'll be able to pay off your mortgage. You know, I've thought this was true. That's all I've been watching on YouTube, was all these people talking about how they got rich quick, how they got rich in 6 months, how they learned to trade in 3 months by following a certain course. You know, it's not going to happen. If anyone promises you like a time scale on when you're going to become profitable, they're a scammer. Because, you know, someone could be profitable in a year, another person could be profitable in 5 years, 10 years even. I heard something about someone that's trading 10 years and not making any money. So, you know, every single person's journey is different. And I thought, oh, it's been, you know, months and months now, and I still haven't made any money. I've just been losing money. I must be doing something wrong. All these people are doing it right, but I must be doing it wrong. But when you actually stop thinking that you don't have that holy grail that they have, you know, we have the same markets as they do. These gurus. We have the same opportunities as they do. We have the same education as they do. We can buy the same courses that they did. But I think it's all mindset and the hours you put in. So with this £450 in the account, what I did was I flipped it. So I was trading gold, you know, 1.0s, 2.0s on a £450 account. I do not recommend it. Before you say in the comments, you're promoting flipping, nope. Do not flip your account. You will lose your money. And what I did with this £450 was I flipped it into £2,000 in the first week of trading by myself. And you know, once you do that in your first few weeks of trading, you get lucky. You know, you impulsively trade. You see a bullish candle on gold, I would enter a buy. You know, no matter if the candle was already 100 pips, I'd still just enter a buy. If it went 10 pips in profit, I closed. Because 10 pips in profit on 1.0 is £100. On a £450 account, you know, I just made 25% in 10 pips. So I was like, you know, this trading's easy. I did that and got up to £2,000 in the account. And I was just thinking in my head, I've made so much money for my age that quick. I've turned 450 into 2,000 that quick. I withdrew some. So I withdrew £1,000-ish. I did it so the account went down to £1,000 left in the account. This also meant that I withdrew £1,000, which meant even if I blew the rest that was in the account, I still have profited £300 because we took out that 700, 300 of that was profit. So we made £1,000 with £1,000 left in the account. You know, what I could have done with this is started trading properly, risk management and all that. But no, I thought I was an amazing trader. I just quadrupled my money in a week. I was like, this is easy. Trading is easy. You know, I've sussed it out. I've got the holy grail. I'll just enter on these impulse candles and I'll be sorted for the rest of my trading. But I was just thinking in the short term, you know, you want to always delay the gratification. You don't want to think of what's going to benefit you in a week instead of 10 years. You know, I want to think of the long term. So now what I'm doing, all my decisions and my investments are for the long term. I don't want to get rich tomorrow. Obviously, I would like to get rich tomorrow, but I'd rather work for it and put in the work and then it would be worth it rather than just getting lucky and getting rich tomorrow. You see what I'm saying? So with this £1,000 left in the account, I did blow it. That account, gone, down to zero. I even had it once with my account, it went below zero and I actually owed the broker money, which obviously wasn't great. And you know, after this happened, I saw what was possible from the markets. And you know, you've always got to think, I just lost £1,000 in a trade in a matter of hours. That means I can make £1,000 in a matter of hours. If I can lose it that quick, I can make it that quick. So I knew that even though I had these losses, that I could turn them into wins. I was just trading in the wrong market direction. It's quite funny if you think any trader, any non-profitable trader could just analyze the markets. If that analysis says to buy, sell. You know, I know it sounds stupid, but if they're not profitable and they're losing more than half of their trades, then if you sell when you normally buy, then surely you could be profitable. I know it sounds stupid, but it's something I was just thinking about before I was filming this video. I thought it'd be quite funny to mention it. But it was actually after I did this account flip and realised how much money I could make that I did decide to drop out of college. So this was now early 2022, so around February when this happened. So I've been trading, you know, a good few months now. I've blown the accounts, I've made money. Overall, I've made money still. So let's just clear that up. I've blown the account, but I've made money. I've made £300 profit from this, which is quite crazy if you think about it. You know, I was wise enough to take the money out first before then risking the whole account. Obviously I could have had 1,300 profit, but instead I had 300 profit. After this, that money went down very, very quickly. I just kept depositing, blowing, depositing, blowing it, depositing, blowing it, depositing, blowing it. And you know, the account, after you do this a few times, it just goes down, 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 down. Your bank account balance goes down, 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 down. And then you don't have enough money left to deposit in the account. And you're like, how long am I going to lose for? How long is this going to keep draining my bank account for? And I didn't want to just keep depositing thousands of pounds just to blow it all and blow it all again and again and again. You know, it's not really what I want to do. That wasn't my goal in trading, to just lose money all the time. So I knew that I did have to change something, and that's what I did. And this is when I decided to learn trading. I was just gambling before. And traders won't admit it. They'll say, oh yeah, I've been risk managing from the start. You know, I was following a course from day one, following this guy, and I was profitable in 3 months. Yeah, it's just lies. I don't think anyone can be profitable in 3 months. I mean, there's probably cases where people have been, but I just think it's not realistic at all. So what I decided was, I'm not going to try and get rich quick, and I'm going to try and learn to trade. You know, I had all this free time. It was a lockdown. Everyone was at home anyway. So instead of just doing A-level work, I dropped out. So I didn't have anything to do. So what did I spend this time doing? Back testing, looking at the charts, watching videos, watching course videos. And with my back testing and forward testing, you know, it's all good back testing, but over time you start seeing the same data over and over again. Like, I've back tested hundreds and hundreds of hours on gold. And now when I do like back testing sessions, I just know what price is going to do because I recognize the price action. You know, I've gone through the same time frames over and over and over and over and over again. It's quite easy on gold for me now. So that's why I was then doing the forward testing. So I go on the charts and then I'd mark up what I think is going to happen now, like in the future. So let's say I was entering now, I'd have my stop loss placement, I'd have my take profit placement, and that's where I'd kind of gauge my trading off instead of back testing. And this was only because I wasn't actually wanting to trade a live account or a demo account. I was just trying to focus on the analysis first before actually learning the psychology and the trading aspect of it. And I started seeing results. You know, through the back testing, I had spreadsheets. I used to show it in my old videos, spreadsheets that I used to use for my back testing. And you've probably seen pictures of my charts before versus my charts now. You know, the analysis was very, very messy. I was just trading support and resistance, trend lines, stuff like that. You know, it does work, but to what extent? I'm just trying to be more advanced now with my trading and actually understand why the markets move, and not just trading, oh, this zone's been tapped into twice, that means it's going to buy from this zone. You know, it's not really very in-depth. And if you can't say to a trader, that the people that watch these videos and they leave hate comments, right? They're like, oh, this is this pattern. You should have noticed this when you lost this trade. You're literally just saying random stuff you've learned from YouTube videos. And I bet if you asked any of the people that leave these comments or these negative comments on Forex videos, none of them will actually know how to explain the markets. None of them will know why price is moving at a certain time to a certain area. They just don't understand this. And this is what I spent like the last 2 or 3 years actually learning. And, you know, my win rate's just gone through the roof. And this is why I teach my mentorship, to not focus on that like holy grail strategy, that holy grail indicator. You want to focus on why the market's moving to these areas. And once I found this out and figured out why and when it was happening, you know, I only spend an hour max on the charts every day now. And, you know, this week we're up over 7%, almost 8% profit from one trade on gold. You know, we caught a 7.7% buy. And, you know, that hit TP, called in the signal group as well. And, you know, after doing this, I realized there is no holy grail. And for about a year, I thought, I need to find this holy grail. What are these people seeing that I'm not seeing? Then I realized it's just how you view the markets, how your eyes, when you go in the markets, what you see. And after seeing this and realizing that I kind of found something that's kind of working with my strategy and my pairs I trade, this was when I actually went back to a live account. And I did start with £100 in this account, you know, a small account, and it's good risk management. because you can't risk 1% really. So I was risking around 3%, so around £3 per trade. And this is money I could afford to lose then. You know, at this time, I was running social media pages, and one of them had around, 600,000 followers. And for ads on this page, I was making, £300-400 per sponsored video, because they were getting like 50, 100k views per video. And I was like, this is perfect. I'm making the money from these ads, but I didn't really want to be doing that the rest of my life. I was so like engrossed into trading. It's what I wanted to do. Like since the year before, I've been learning that whole time, spent all my time in doing this trading. But obviously having this side income did help, because it did actually fund my trading accounts. And if you don't actually have a side income, or you don't have a job, then I definitely recommend doing it if you're still losing money trading, because you'll never actually become a profitable trader or like a full-time trader if you don't have enough income to fund an account enough to sustain your expenses. And yeah, I just kept depositing from this account at the start, and then I put in that £100 to try and risk manage. And then this is when I realised that there wasn't this holy grail, and I did just have a lucky streak. Started losing again, so I stopped trading and went back to the back testing. And this is when my trading improved quite a lot. I'd find something good, it would stop working for a bit, so then I'd go back test that one thing only, and then improve that, maybe add a confluence in, improve that, and then it would just slowly build, and snowball effect, consistency in the markets, viewing what's happening. I obviously improved, as you're going to when this sort of stuff happens. When you put in the hours, you're going to improve. It's kind of impossible for you not to improve unless you're obviously doing the wrong stuff or not putting enough hours in. And this actually brings us to the end of 2020. And this was when my strategy was working properly. I was making profit. I had my first few profitable weeks, and I had my first profitable month. I think it was in like October. And then November, December, I was actually profitable as well. So it's like my first profitable win streak. Like, I had the first week when I was trading, it was profitable. And obviously you'd have a few random weeks. This is when it was consistent for like a few weeks and a few months. And this was when I was like, oh, this is perfect now. The back testing was getting better. It's like 70% win rate. Then when I was trading live, I was obviously only picking the best setups. So this was around, 85% win rate. And then going into 2021, something just switched. I don't know what it is. It's hard to explain. I've had people ask me about it before, and I was like, I don't even know what happened. January, I went on a massive winning streak. I don't think I had a loss for like 4 weeks. And I think January I made like 19% profit, or like 18.5% profit. So that was insane. And that's just risking 1% as well. If I was risking 2%, it would have been like 37% a month, which is quite crazy. And at this time I was probably making around £2,000 to £5,000 per month from my trading and from all my other businesses combined, which I obviously stopped in 2021 because then I was increasing my trading and I was just getting more and more money from that. So then I stopped the other ones because they weren't really worth putting in the time, because you're having to post like 3 or 4 bits of content per day, and I didn't really want to do this. I'd rather focus on the trading because the return on investment of actually putting the time into trading is a lot higher. And then going into 2021, this was my best year yet. And obviously it's going to be my best year yet because it is the most recent year in my trading. And the total for 2021, I made 229% profit. And all these trades were sent out to my signals group, the gold group. We made 229% last year, which is an average of 19% per month. And I think we had 2 losing weeks in the whole year, which is very, very good. So only 2 weeks of the year you would have had a negative result, which is quite crazy. And this is when I found my strategy was just insane. I think we had like an 85% win rate I calculated for the whole year. The last month, like in December, it was quite slow because I was just trying to focus on doing these videos, starting a second channel and growing this sort of thing, upgrading the camera, upgrading all the equipment to then start this year, 2022, perfectly, start off strong and build the channels. And this week in the gold group, we're already up like almost 8% in one trade. Last week made 3%. We're winning in there, absolutely perfect. Premium group last month made 25% on GA. And even still to this day, I'm trying to improve my trading. There's not one trader that knows everything. They can always learn from someone. You can even learn from a losing trader because they've made mistakes that you haven't made that you could possibly make. You know, you've probably heard the saying, a man learns from his mistakes, a wise man learns from other people's mistakes. So would you rather make the mistakes yourself and then lose all that money, make all the mistakes with your strategy? Or would you rather just get a mentor? They tell you all the mistakes they made. They tell you how they trade. And then you learn from that, rather than losing all the money, going through all the months and months and months of backtesting yourself, not having a clue how to trade, and then finally figuring it out. You know, if I found a good mentor at the start, that would have been perfect. It would have saved, 2 years of time, which I actually put in to become fully profitable, making decent money, which I am now. 2021 was my first 6-figure year from trading, which is quite crazy. I was 17, making 6 figures, which is quite cool. But it's a shame it's not a million. So we're aiming for that 1 milli. We're aiming for that 1 million. We're aiming for the 7 figures, the 8 figures, the 9 figures. Imagine that, 100 million. Definitely possible. It is possible. We've got to scale these things now, keep making a profit. Hope this US 30 trade hits the TP and we'll be a step closer to that 1 million mark. That now brings us up to 2022. We are on the 12th of January. It is 20 past 8. We're filming this video. This month, 10.7% profit so far, as I mentioned. We're aiming to beat last year's results, but my trading has changed a lot in this year or so of me tracking my results. So my aim was to actually spend less time trading. You've probably seen that book, let me just get it, The 4-Hour Work Week. And if you haven't read this book, you should probably do it. And it pretty much outlines that you don't need to work every single day. You don't need to work 24 hours of the day. You see this hustle culture, Gary Vee, people like that say, oh, I've worked 19 hours a day since I was 18. You haven't. And, it's probably not healthy to do that either. And that was my aim with this trading. I was profitable. Then I just had to design a way where I only had to spend an hour, 2 hours max a day on the charts. So then I can spend time making these videos. I upload every single day. Monday, I upload on one channel. Tuesday will be my second channel. Wednesday, today, Forex channel. Thursday, second channel. We have videos coming out every single day. I make videos weekly, my mentorship. We have weekly Zooms. All of this, managing it all from my bedroom and myself. I don't have an editor. I don't have someone trading for me. I don't have any of this. I'm doing it all myself. So I don't really want to be spending 10 hours on a chart every day, having to send out 10 trades a day to my signal group. It's not going to happen. I'll only send signals out or trades out when I actually enter. And that's probably why my win rate and results have been so good. Because if people message me like, oh, you haven't sent out a trade today. Well, yes, because I haven't entered a trade today. And I only will send one when it's right, when the markets are right for me. Because you'll follow me for my trading. So I'm going to send you when I trade. And with this strategy, I'm actually teaching, you only need around 1 to 2 trades per week to make 5 to 10%. This week made over almost 8% profit. There's no rush to make more profit now. We've already made 8%. That's almost past an FTMO in one trade. You only need like 2% more and you've pretty much passed an FTMO. Then you could be funded trading a 6-figure account yourself. It's not really that hard to make profitable trades. You just need to learn from the right people and learn that you don't need to take 5 trades a day. You only need 1 or 2 a week. So we're here, 6-figure Forex trader, hoping to breach into the 7 figures in the coming months or years. Along this whole way, I've always thought, the millions are there and we're going to go and grab them. The millions are there for me to go and grab. And if you put the work in, the proper work in, hours a day, if you dedicate your whole life to anything really, like Conor McGregor says,
I've lost my mind doing this game, yeah? Like Vincent van Gogh. He dedicated his life to his art and lost his mind in the process. That's happened to me. But fuck it. And that gold belt was around my waist. And my mother has a big mansion. And my girlfriend has a different car for every day of the week. And my kids have everything they ever want. Then it will pay. Then I'm happy I lost my mind. Yeah? I'll die a crazy old man.
And you lose your mind in the process, and that is very, very true. I sit here thinking, what am I doing? I sat in my bedroom all day, staring at a few lines on a screen. What kind of a life is that, eh? A very, very exciting one, I'll tell you that. You know, the heart rate goes, when that limit hits, the heart rate's going. I'll probably have a cardiac arrest if we have another stop loss. Definitely does affect the life expectancy of a trader, I'll tell you that much. Don't expect it to come easy. Go and be profitable, and I'll see you guys next time.